Good morning, all of you. Welcome back, Neha Academy. How are you? In previous class, we have discussed about time and work. In previous class, we have discussed two types of questions about time and work. One is if given that the individual persons can do a work in different days, then we can find the combine if the individual persons a person can do individually a work with different days, but if the persons the two persons can combine and do the same work, how many days we have to calculate it. And in second one is if you combine the two persons combine a piece of work in work is given and one person work is given, we have find the another person work. This is the second one. Now we will discuss about the third one. Here the third one is here also, the X and Y can do a piece of work in A and B day. Now, we directly move to the example, we will quickly understand. Now, from here, we observe that X and Y can do a piece of work in 40 and 50 days respectively. So, here we understand that X can do a work in 40 days and Y can do a work in 50 days, in same work in 50 days. So, they together start the work. So, here we observe that X and Y can start the work, but here we observe Y left after 5 days. In how many days? So Y leave the work when after 5 days. So in how many days? But Y left after 5 days. So in this we observe in how many days the whole work is completed. Now we have to find first whatever the time and work is question is given. First we have to do the total work. So total work means the LCM of the given days. Here LCM of 40 and 50. LCM of 40 and 50 is 200. Now we have to after we have to find the individual works. One day how the person can do how many units. Here X can do one day 5 units and Y can do in one day 4 units. Then here we observed what we observed. Here XY can start the work and XY can work in third day, fourth day, and first day, second day, third day, fourth day. And from 60 day onwards, Y can't come the work. And finally, the X can complete the work after several days. We have to find that number of days, the how many days the whole work is completed. Now here we observe first 5 days the Y can work and remaining all the days, first 5 days X and Y can work and remaining all the days X only can work. So in this situation we have to know Y can do one day they do 4 units. So we have Y can do all the 5 units, all the 5 days. So one day 4 units Y can do. In 5 days Y can do 5 into 4 that equal 20 units. So we have to remove these 20 units from the total work. So then we can get 180 units of work. These 180 units can the work is done by only the X person. So the X person can do one day can do 5 units of work. Then X person can do one how many units? 180 units. 180 units can complete the X person is 180 by one day the X person can do 5 units of work. Then 180 by 5 that equal to 36 days. In this way we have. Now once more I will explain. Yeah. Here, two persons can do a piece of work in different days. Then they start the work. So two persons can start the work. But give observe that the one person, Y, can left after starting of 5 days, they left the work. So then the remaining work all are completed by the remaining person. In how many days the total work is completed? So first what can we do? We have to understand. So మొత్తం అయితే whole work must be completed. But only the Y can only work as 5 days and X can work all the days. So here we observe that first we know the total work. So total work means LCM of the given days 40 and 50, then it is 200. Then we can find the each individual work for 1 day. Then he observed that here Y can only work on 5 days. So then remove the Y work. So remaining all work can be done by the X and X only. So X person only. Therefore, Y person work can be removed by total work. Then Y can do Y 1 day Y can do 4 units of work. Then 5 days Y can do 5 into 4, that equal 20 units of work. Therefore, total work 200. 200 minus 20 equal to 180. Is 180 units the work done by the X person only. So X person 1 day can do 5 units of work. Therefore, 180 total work 180 by 5 units. The 1 day X work person work 5 units. Then 180 by 5, that equal to result equal to 36 days. The result is number of days. Now the required number of. This is about the third type of question in time and work. Now, hope you understand. Now let's clear. Now let's see if three persons are given, how can we do the same? Suppose if X, Y, and Z can do a piece of work in 25, 30, and 40 days respectively, then start the work. But Y left here, Y left after 3 days, and C here, C now here there is a type error. Here not C, here is Z. So here Z left another 2 days. After another 2 days. So in how many days the total work is completed? Here also same. First the total work, we have to find the total work. The total work is 600. Then we have to find the individual works. Individual 1 day work. So total work is 600. Then number of days equal 25. Then individually 1 day work is 24 units. And Y person can do, X person can do, X person 1 day can do 24 units of work. And Y person can do work 1 day can do 20 units of work. And Z person can do work 15 units per day. Then we have to find. Now we have to observe that here first day XYZ can work, and second day XYZ can work, and third day XYZ can work, and fourth day X remove the work, and fifth day then after 5 days only X can work, and X can continue and finally completed work. Then we have to find the number. Here also same. What can we do? Here Z can work on 5 days and Y work on 3 days. So now let's remove these work from total work, total days. Then remaining all the work can be done by the X only. Therefore, we have to find the number of days. Now, Y can do 1 day work is 20, then 3 days equal to 60. Then Z 5 days, Z can do 5 days. Z work on 5 days. Z can do 1 day equal to 15 units. Then 5 days equal to 75. Therefore, total Y and Z work is the total work done by Y and Z equal to 60 plus 75, that equal to 135. The total work is 600. Then 600 minus 135 equal to 465. This 465 units of work can only done by the X person only. Therefore, X person 1 day can do 24 units of work. Therefore, 465 by 24, that equal 99 by 24. Here 9 cancellation, 3 is 3, 8 is 24. Therefore, 93 by 8 days, the total work is completed. This is about the one more time we have to. If three persons individual work is given and they started work and leave, Y person leave 3 days, 3 days, and then left the work, and Z person another 2 days work and then leave. Then first we have to do what we do. First we have complete to the total work. We have to find the total work. And then we have to find the individual one day works. And then we can observe that to remove the y and z work from total work. And the remaining result will be divided by the x one day work. Then we can get number of days. The whole work is complete. This is about the third type of problem. Now let's see the fourth type of problem. Here they given the starting they left the work. In fourth type means end of the before 3 days after the work can be completed before the 3 days, then the persons will be left. So let's see the type of question. Here, starting the persons will be leave the work, but the next type is ending the persons will be left. So before, here after we can remove the work. Then before we can add the work. Now let's see the type of questions. Here, the fourth type of question is here X and Y can do a piece of work in A days and B days. Now we can directly move to the example. If X and Y can do a piece of work in 45 and 50 days respectively, they together start the work. But here we observe in previously they say after 5 days starting, but here ending. Completion means ending. So, but Y left 5 days before the completion of work. In how many days the whole work is completed? Here we observe that. Like 5 days before the completion of the work. So, so here we see that XY can start the work and do the work continuously. Finally, after some days, work is going, and the final 5 days there is no Y can leave. So here there is no Y. Here these 5 days from this end the X can be doing work. Then later last 5 days there is no Y. So here we observe that how many days the Y can do work we don't know. But Y cannot work. How many days the Y cannot work we know. So in this type how we can solve this question. Now here Y cannot work in last 5 days. So we know the total work. Total work means the LCM of the given days. So total work is 450. So individual works we know X can do one day 10 units of work and Y can do one day 9 units of work. Then we have to add these 5 days. Then final end of the both can do work. So we have to add 5 days of work. 5 days work of Y. One day Y can do 9 units. Then 5 days 45 units. So we can do 450 plus 45. We can add 45 to the total work. We can get 450 plus 45 that equals 495. So these 495 units of work can do only X? No, can do both of them. So we can calculate one day work of both of them. One day X can do 10 and Y can do 9. Therefore total is 19. So therefore 495 by 19 that equals 26 by 1 by 19. Here the combined work. Here the in previously we have only X can work, but in here X and Y both are can work. So that we can add the both individual works, that is 19. This is about the questions. Now let's move to the, if three persons are given, how we can solve. Suppose here we see that X and Y can give a piece of work 25, 75, 50 days last week. All of them start the work, but Y left 5 days before completion of work and Z left 5 days before completion of work. In how many days the whole work is completed? Here also same as previous, but three persons are given. Here we observe that XYZ can start the work and continue the work. After some days, here last 5 days, X cannot work, Z cannot work, and last 3 days, Y and Z both are not work. So here we don't know how many days Y work, how many days Z work, but we know how many days Y cannot work and Z cannot work. So we don't know. So in this way, we can do what we say. We can add these 3 days of work to the road work, and we can add also these 5 days work of the Z. So we can add. We know the individual Y, we know the total work, we know the total work means LCM, and then we know the individual works of 1 day. Then we can do 150 plus. Here Y 3 units, 1 day 2 units, then 3 days 6 units, and here Z 1 day 3 units, then 5 days equal to 3 into 5 15 15. Here 6 plus 15 equal to 11. 150 plus 11 equal to 1. Here 6 plus 15 equal to 21. 150 plus 21 equal to 171. Then total work. Here up to end, how many number of persons can do the work? All the three. So 1 day 3 members can do 6 plus 2 plus 8. That equal to 11. Therefore, 171 by 11 equal to 15 6 by 11 days. This is about the total work number of days we have to find. This is the fourth type of the work before completion. After we can subtract the work. Before we can add the work. These are the key points we remove. When there is a after, we can remove. When there is a before, we can add. When there is after, we can remove. Before add. Add after. After subtract, before add. After subtract, before add. This is the remembering. Then we can solve quickly, easily. Thanks for coming and joining. Please share this video whoever preparing for competitive exams like SI constable or whoever preparing for the IT industries. They crack the first one is aptitude only. So we can crack the aptitude. This is the key for this. So thanks for coming and joining. We will meet next class. Share this video for whoever the useful persons.